Are you ready? Don't worry, we still have post-production to fix this. I'm in charge of post-production, so anything bad you do, I'm keeping in. But anything bad I do, I'm removing.
What?
I'm recording now.
Oh.
You can start watching. Welcome everybody to RPG versus Burning Core from Japan. We're here and we don't know what we're. Someone help me.
Also, this is 2 weeks ago, so we're on 7/10.
Oh
Just
yeah.
keep that in mind.
What even changes happened before then? I forgot. Oh yeah. Okay. I don't remember. Syndra was probably not buffed. Or not nerfed. Zac is still strong. They nerfed LeBlanc recently though, didn't they?
You know, actually, not much has changed anyway, so...
Not much has actually changed.
Rek'Sai got changed.
Oh yeah, Rek'Sai got changed, and some other stuff that doesn't really matter. I'm still stuck in the past anyways, so... I still play Jax. I'm stuck on like 7.4 or something like that.
More like 3.5.
I'm not exactly sure Burning Core needed to like show their jungler pick immediately afterwards. Like yeah, well no, they needed to because RPG because of the ban system. So usually what people would do before is they would pick like if one side picks a role, like a jungler, top laner, or a mid laner, or just maybe even AD carry sometimes, is that they'll just pick the their own pick for that lane much later. But now because of the ban system, like they can also first pick the jungler and also deny the enemy jungler even more. Because it's just like, oh, we pick Lee Sin, maybe they'll want to do this thing. Picking up Elise here is good. Looks like Burning Core is going with a pick composition for now. Jace Band comes out. So we don't actually know. I couldn't even like find these guys on OPGG. I don't know what their actual like solo queue accounts are, or if they even have solo queue accounts. Do you know?
Does OPGG even access?
Yeah, it accesses
Japan?
Japan. They've got like a Japan server setting, so it's just like, oh, you can go and look up players on Japan. But I didn't. I like tried to look up the names that are showed up here, or like even just like without the team name. But they've got like other accounts and stuff that I don't know. So, what is...
Okay, Maid Z and Hollis are both Korean on Burning Core.
Oh, okay. Were they on, like, any prominent teams beforehand?
They don't even have a page on Gamepedia, so I guess not.
Oh, huh. Oh god, we're gonna have to just, like, actually, like, compile information. It's like, alright, these players are most well known for playing these characters. It's just, oh, okay. Oriana said that they've actually got some AoE, but it still complements their pick style pretty well. Galio's gonna be a solid tank, especially against Oriana Elise. Gragas also does fairly well. So
yeah, it looks like BC is mostly pick Peel.
Thing is that like, yeah, I suppose RPG's got like a little bit of poke to them, but they want to scrap in fights. They're like the more standard team fight. Yeah, if they lock in that Galio, which they probably will, team fights are going to go either. There's going to be a engage from Zerost, which is from Legato, who is the support, and maybe Astaroth on Elise. Like skirmishing in the jungle, that's how those fights are going to start off. But I don't know. I didn't have a follow-up to that. Who do you think will win this one?
I feel like Burning Core needs to secure some advantages earlier on with their picks. Otherwise, RPG can just engage a lot harder than they can.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
if they're not ahead, they're gonna have problems.
Then again, they do have like an Elise who's going to be a lot more threatening than the Lee Sin early on. Like Lee Sin's really good for just damage, but Elise is a lot better for like setting up dives. But the thing is that Elise's dive potential is only really good if the lanes can actually have pressure. But if any of the individual lanes from Burning Core actually have uh, pressure in lane to actually like set up those dives, then Elise will be able to go in with that. If team fights drag out for a while, I think RPG's comp is going to be better just because of how much disruption Lee Sin and Gragas can give, as well as like RPG has like a, I'm not sure who has more CC, but I want to give it to I want to give it over to RPG. That being said, if like they do try to hard focus onto Zaya, she's going to be fairly safe with her Feather Storm and the Lantern Toss. Easy. Asteroar.
DC does have a pretty strong late game though.
They do. And Elise has got like the percent HP damage, so she's not really ever going to just be like ignorable. He sends like mostly flat damage anyways. Alright, so Zerost is in the bottom lane trying to make sure that they don't set up plants right away with the Dara or with the Zyra, but everybody's dancing. Okay, so
Not really
Zerost
game shenanigans to speak of.
or KR shenanigans. Alright, so
I'll
they
see the
know
differences between those is that KR shenanigans work.
sometimes. Alright, so they put over a ward onto RPG's Raptor Camp, which is going to be, it should be fine because they already know, they should know where RPG is starting, since Raptor Camp is such a standard thing, but now they'll have like a more precise timing on it.
I feel like this is all going to be about the bottom lane.
Probably.
Top lane's a tank fight. It's just kind of a wash.
Yeah. I want to say
mid lane, I don't really see like Karma's just another support.
yeah. Unless
Like, she's not
Hollis
really
can
good.
like do some dank roams with the shockwave, then
Yeah, but like I feel like focusing on mid lane would just be kind of
it's karma. Like
yeah, it's foregone at that. Like just don't feed, and you'll be
yeah,
another support. Bot lane
is really the only place where things can happen and deal damage.
is probably what's gonna make or break this game.
God
Whichever
bless the 80 centric meta.
ADC is more impactful.
Dara comes up, tries to scout out the blue buff. Spotted Asteroar. Takes the Scuttle Crab. Asteroar is gonna go and invade the RPG's Krugs. Not sure if it's actually, yeah, it's up. And then he might loop down for a gank, but Dara's already preparing that because he knows that the jungle is clear on this side. So there's not really a lot of places for Asteroar to go. EC is pushing up, and they're looking for a... No, they're not. Just taking the Krugs and leaving. Not really in a position to gank anyways, so it's pretty smart. Cool, this means we don't have English casters to fall back on to say, it's like, oh, we don't know what to say. English casters, please teach us. Alright, so Tussel's got double buffs, and he's going to be counter-invading the red side Krugs. So, trade-off there.
Are they gonna look for a dive here?
They're not gonna look for a dive here. You wouldn't dive a Gragas. Or what do you call it? A Galio, would you?
I would dive him in the only part of the game where I could feasibly dive him. Before his first back and he has no items.
So under turret while he has taunt and knock up. Yes. This is my preferred diving strategy.
I'm saying, if you're gonna dive Galio, this is like the only part of the game you can do it in.
This is why most teams don't dive Galio ever. Unless you're Dyrus, I guess. Mid lane's just going to be an exchange of mana and HP. So far, advantage is fairly even, with a very slight edge over to Holland. Hollis? Ward spots out Aster. So they're going to be able to see him. Looks like that was a defensive ward put onto their own Raptor camp by Ramu. Ramoon? Gosh, the resolution is so low. Oh.
Yeah, it's just a rabbit thing.
Good. Triple Doran's ring. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's one of the things that got patched out recently. Triple Doran's got nerfed. That's the biggest thing that changed.
God bless.
Aster is caught out here. Actually going to be fairly in danger. Flash has to come out so that he doesn't get killed. Tether comes down. Batter goes up. Batter comes down, and they're safe. Hollis is able to zone them. Yeah, but spooking them with his auto attacks. That was good though. That was a good setup by Tussle to try and go for the all-in, but it was also a good defense by Hollis to make sure that his jungler doesn't die.
Waste of a flash by Ramoon.
Yeah, they didn't exactly have the damage for that. Even if, oh wait, the TP comes into the jungle, but he doesn't really have anywhere to go. He also doesn't have flash. Smites it for the HP. Lantern is not close enough for this, but that was as close it was going to get. So that was actually really good.
Cheeky teleport.
That was a good ward, and that was a good TP. And also recognizing that the timer was going to be up on that. And that the, just preying on Aster's read there. Top lane's just a bit of a slugfest. Heavy actually goes sub. Oh my gosh. Has to flash out. The tank fights where the tanks get within 150 HP of dying. He actually stutters his recall. That's pretty sad for him.
Maisie has no teleport either.
Oh, that's actually pretty sad. Alright, so Maisie can actually stay in lane. Oh, sorry.
I'd say it's nice to get rid of the threat of the flash taunt.
Yeah.
Especially because Gragas still has his flash.
Well, then again, it's
if they want to be making plays, it'll be easier for.
I suppose, but it's Galio. Galio has like a lot of anti-dive capabilities even without flash. Like, he's going to be following up on other people's picks. He's not going to be making picks himself. So he's going to be following Aster and Legato. So losing flash isn't really relevant at this point unless something happens in top lane again. I'd say that it's more important for Evie to have flash because of Gragas just has so much more threat. He's looking for an invade, but actually gets two of the Raptors. Cool. But I think it's actually more important that Evie has flash rather than Maisie has flash. Because Gragas is going to be one of those pick champions that are going to be depended on. Zyra's not really that effective as a pick champion, more so as a peel champion. Varus is single target, which is good, and it's pick. Oh, speaking of, goes out, rakes it back in, misses everything, hook misses. Cocoon lands, but there's no follow-up damage. They just miss everything important there.
Hollis is ghosted.
Actually going to be able to land it?
He doesn't have the damage.
Doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have damage. That was just a waste of a summoner spell, and they didn't even burn any sums for the for Hollis coming down, did they?
Yeah, all Hollis has is a lost chapter.
I bet he was looking to set up a dive, but they just didn't have it. I think Galio is going to come out on top in these top lane trades for a while.
Probably is. Magic Shield really helps against Gragas.
But Evie is calculating the trades so that... Oh, they actually just missed the pink ward completely. Cool. But I think Evie is just trading HP for the CS. So unless Maisie can actually like zone him away from the CS effectively, it doesn't actually matter that much. Now that's like the thing too, is just like, I was like, oh, you want to go and pressure your enemy laner, but they're up like 10 CS on you, so it doesn't actually matter. Well, now it's just 4 CS away, but that's because Evie went to go do other things. Hollis with this blue buff should be able to... Oh wait, they both have blue buff. Cool. Can't wait to see mid lane farm some more. Is Tussle going to miss the pink ward again? Wait, he stepped into the bush for a second! He missed it again! Good lord. Lantern comes out, doesn't actually need it. Fine. Gragas is recalling for an item power spike. They may be looking for a fight around here, especially with the call for Tussle to solo the dragon.
They missed the window if they wanted TP advantage. So any fight that happens is probably going to involve everybody.
Yep. Now Maisie...
Plus, RPG does have the double TP threat, which they have to keep in mind.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like RPG is just going to get this dragon for free. They don't actually have enough vision around here. They forgot to manage the... See, that's the thing that like junglers and supports will sometimes do, and sometimes mid laners, if they're like roaming, is that they'll just go into the enemy jungle and just blast the plants. Just take the vision thing. Doesn't matter. Do you use it improperly? Do you use it poorly? It's fine. You just used it. Now they can't use it. It's whatever.
I want to see how long that pink ward lasts.
It's gonna last a while. I want to say 24 minutes. Top lane, 10 CS in favor of RPG. Jungle, about almost 10 CS in favor. Oh, good trade out by Zeros to have it be even. Looking for a little bit of a scrap here, but it's just a change of abilities. Exchange of abilities. So, what move do you think is going to happen next? Like, based on how things are right now, what do you think is going to happen next? What tower is going to be focused? What objective is going to be focused? Is somebody going to try and do a cheeky invade?
I think right now, BC is just going to be playing defensively. Like,
problem is,
I don't see them making a whole lot happen unless they want to set up around top lane and make a play for the Herald.
Problem is that like you can only play defensively so much until the enemy team just has all of your things and you can't fight back anymore. So BC like do want to play defensively, but they can't just roll over and let these things be taken from them.
Yeah,
and the most notable thing right now is Dragon got taken for free, and mid lane's tower on the side of BC. Oh, Hook actually catches out Dara. Spider goes down. Alice tries to come in and make a play. Shockwave keeps him in. Galio comes in and knocks 2 people up. Bear's Change of Corruption is able to get 3 people in here, but is not actually able to get anybody. Hook misses. Barrel gets flashed away by Hollis. And it's a 2-for-1 in favor of BC. That's pretty good. So, where did those kills go? The kills went on to the support and the top laner.
Still going?
He's trying to dodge everything. Hustle goes in. Actually has a lot of damage. TP's coming in from Remune.
Double
Featherstorm comes
TP
out,
threat.
gets dodged. And he's so low! Another auto! They dove really deep for that. Wait. Wow. Alright, so he had to flash out of that, but they're actually able to make it an even trade, and they're going to get the first tower from this.
Good job from the Karma for teleporting, but that was like really greedy from BC to stick around, I think.
It may have been.
Like, especially when you know that the Karma still has TP and didn't die.
Yeah, but there was like just a fight, and you're already like retreating back to your tower. You don't really expect that much to be happening there, but point
Like
taken, you could have
when
been
when the team has the double TP, you have to respect it.
true. You don't exactly like
Especially when you're like at half health already
yeah, but you
because you
don't
fought and blew all your stuff in that fight.
yeah, but you don't typically expect the run down the lane Scion method of TP plays. Which is what I do all the time. TP to the bot lane's tower, then ult. Yes. They never suspect that. They always think I'm coming in from the river. They go and retreat under their own tower. Oh no! You're under your tower. I can't get you because the angle's too sharp for me to curve at you. Just kidding. Choo-choo. So, at the beginning of the... Oh wait, they're looking for a top lane trade now that they've taken the bottom tower. They can actually threaten the top lane. But recognizing that that's where RPG want to go, they send their support up top lane, so if they actually try to do anything here... Wait, Ramune's actually going to go and throw some damage onto Hollis. Misses the Soulfire? What is that ability again? Looking for a dive mid lane, 3 people. Root comes out, saves him? Oh my... Wow. Alright. That was a lot of abilities that were missed. But they got it in the end, so I guess it's worth
So,
it.
what I was gonna say is that opening up top lane would be pretty impactful if they wanted to use Rift Herald because of the either positively or negatively it'll affect the Galio effectiveness. But with that, they can probably just burn down the mid tower here.
They don't even need to use it, I don't think. I think they'll be happy to just siege it here, normally, and then use a Rift Herald for side lane pressure while they set it for a neutral objective, for another neutral objective. Wards come out of BC to try and stop the bleeding, but they've already got deep wards in their own jungle set by RPG.
It's worth noting that RPG already got first tower off screen.
No, they got the bottom tower. Yeah. Typically that's how, that's why it's like a bot lane centric meta, because of the, nature of a duel. Oh, okay, well, Tussle's going to be fighting in here. He could actually get killed here, unless he actually just gets it anyways. Alright. So, that was smart by Tussle to focus the dragon, and it was also smart by BC to try and focus him down so that he couldn't get the smite off, but they just weren't actually able to pull it off. Especially since you can smite through CC, actually. Like, the only CC that matters when you have smite is death. Now they're looking to take the bottom tower here. The BC is looking to take the bottom tower. But RPG is going to be looking at mid tower as an even trade. Gonna be using the Rift Herald here so that they can take it quickly and then rotate to mid lane to try and save it. They're able to chase them off. Alright. Able to drop... Wow, they've got a lot of Japanese characters in their names. Able to drop Varus. Maze flashes in, gets the double taunt off. Able to get some good damage out, but not really a lot of chase. Tether drops. And they're able to escape cleanly. Wow. It's quiet here. So, let's see.
So whatever happens next is probably gonna. Well, for BC, they want to open up top so that Galio can roam more effectively, but they also want to protect mid because it's super low.
I think at this point you just have to give up mid lane. Like your plan here would just be to delay. Oh wait, it might be that
No flash. Can't
Vitor's going
taunt.
to. Oh, cool.
I don't think he needed to flash that.
Better safe than sorry. It was cutting it really close. If he walked towards his tower, it would have been close. If he walked down, he may have probably been safe, but he doesn't actually know where Elise is. So flashing under his own tower would be a bit safer. Setting up vision around top side so that they can prioritize these top towers.
PC rotated their bot lane top.
Now RPG is looking to mid lane again. How do you say this guy's name? Yutori? Yutori.
Varus.
Oh, how culturally insensitive of you. RPG's looking aggressive towards BC's red side, trying to get vision down. Oh, wait, the pink ward is gone now.
Rest in peace.
Maze is looking for a dive somewhere here, but they're not actually like positioned under their own tower. They're like positioned off to the side.
Yeah, he got spotted out by wards, so that's nothing's gonna happen there. Just instead, looks like Maze is just gonna go bot and farm.
Maze has TP and ultimate just in case something happens around here. Now, from this move
Their aggressive
by...
posturing is set up so that they actually have more pressure on top lane.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. EC all just recall. Or not all. But they're not actually in a position to do anything defensively. Mid lane's not set up to be defended. This is a really greedy pathing by Helios, but nothing actually comes of it. How strong is he right now? He's got Rellenomicon into... Alright, so he's scary strong to an 80 carry. No resistances.
Yeah, he's getting there. Looks like he's going for the Ludens this game.
Maybe. I'm not up to date on Orianna builds. So, towers on the map in favor of RPG. They're up one tower. Gold lead, it's 2,000 in favor of RPG. Dragon lead's in favor of RPG. The main source of damage for both teams is probably in favor of RPG. Yeah, I want to give it over to the Varus with 2 completed items rather than the Zaya with a utility item and a Zeal. Good taunt, Maze.
So both the side lanes have opened up. Top lane looks like it's going to be pushing out towards BC.
It looks like it's pushing into RPG.
And I can't see which
we will
minions
find
are there.
out later. Tune in next time. Dragon's up. This is going to be fairly important for RPG. They've already got one stone dragon, but they can't exactly just give up towers to go and get it. I like to say that it's like a little bit surprising that even though BC knew that Dragon got soloed out the last couple times. They only really were able to contest it once, and that they don't actually have a lot of wards around Dragon. They got the Scuttle Crab, and they have a single pink. That's it. Now they know that RPG are here, but they actually can't do anything about it because of the positioning. And since they've already got one Stone Dragon, they just have to like cut their losses and try and take mid lane before they rotate up. Looks like there's going to be a team fight here. They're going to try and burn the tower here. Gragas is looking for a play. Game. Ultimate comes out. Only Galio gets caught. Insect kick onto Elise. She's able to spider up, spider down, flash away. And BC wants to go and run away as fast as they can, but they're going to be squeezed out of mid lane, where RPG is going to be able to take a relatively free objective. Maybe
so
two.
No one died. RPG burned 2 flashes and 2 ults, and the only thing they got out of that was a flash from Asator.
What was that play by Dara? Dara got hooked in. Featherstorm comes out.
Ult whiffs from Oriana.
Oh god, that's huge by Maze. But wait, there's more! BC Maze here! You get my joke?
Nope.
What do you mean you don't get it? It's BC Maze. It's Billy Maze. Fine. Just like the real Billy Maze, he is dead now. And their RPG is going to be able to take a 3rd tower from this. And it looks like RPG is just going to be snowballing this game out of control. So, like, this is what I was saying earlier, is that, like, while you are correct that, like, BC do have to, like, play a little bit defensively early so that they can get some more scaling, they can't just keep giving these things up, because RPG is running one of those comps where if you just give them a little bit of extra space, they might run away with it. But BC wants to give up just a little bit of space so that they've got some breathing room to scale up and actually be like proper contenders in team fights.
Well, what I wanted to say before stuff happened was that RPG didn't actually get a whole lot from that engage they did in mid lane. And I was going to say it was probably going to be fine, but then BC got caught in their own jungle on the retreat.
I mean, they got like 3 towers from that, right?
In the end, yeah.
I mean, like, that's still like...
But like from the initial engage they did in mid lane, all they actually got was the flash from Asator.
Yeah, but can't just look at it as just like, oh, we only got a flash. But no, like, because we pushed them out from mid lane, they were, and like forced their flashes, they were able to pressure them into losing mid lane. And also bottom lane eventually. Yes, spell check the bush while you've got a... Oh, looking for an engage on Tussle. Damage reduction and shield is going to keep him alive for a little while, but he doesn't actually have a way to get out. There's not an ally to... Oh, wait, cool. Lantern comes in, saves his ass. Lots of faith there to not just use his ultimate.
Has like near complete vision control in BC's own jungle.
God bless. That's actually a lot of trust by Maze to like not use his ultimate to escape. Either that, or he just like was counting the enemy's cooldowns and still saw that they had hard CC to keep him grounded. So, if Galio stands on top of Cassiopeia's Miasma, or rather, if Cassiopeia throws Miasma while Galio is in the air, like, you know, like how it gets buggy sometimes, and like he like gets CC'd out of his ultimate.
Yeah.
Will Miasma put Galio back on the ground?
I wouldn't think it would if he's already taken off. Maybe he'll stop him from lifting off.
Tanks are gonna fight, nothing matters.
And again, I don't pretend to understand spaghetti code.
You understand real code?
No. I said nothing and then fled that. Now it looks like RPG is going to be setting up in the top side of the jungle because of the large amount of vision control that they've got in BC's jungle. They're able to safely set up a Baron.
and maybe looking to close out the game in that way, so that they can just roll up with their double poke comp and siege them under tower. That's a fairly low HP build from Tussle. The Warriors Locket of the Iron Solari. He protect, but he also kill. Wait, Tussle... Okay, well... Shockwave comes out. Can't actually kill him. Because of the double MR items. Well, triple if you count boots. Double if you don't count a whole item. But really, he's only got one MR item.
Yeah, Hollis just hasn't been as impactful this game as he probably needs to be.
He's just a wave clear bot, but like even then, it's sort of pitiful.
If BC is going to be winning team fights, it's going to be with Hollis and Maze working together.
I don't think they can. Hollis and Maze. Yeah, I suppose, but that's still like very low damage. Like the only way that BC is actually going to kill anything is with a single target pick. But really, who can you pick out? The Karma.
Well, once Oriana gets her third item, it doesn't matter what point of the game it's at. But
that feels untrue. It doesn't matter if you're the AD carry. But if you're
like assuming that's the Void Staff third, she'll be able to kill everyone on RPG.
That feels like an exaggeration, especially when Gragas exists with his damage reduction. Is damage reduction calculated for Magic Pen? Because I don't think it is. I think it's just flat damage reduction. It's like the true damage equivalent of being tanky. Like it can't be reduced, but...
No, but Oriana with three items does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, Gragas also tanks a lot of damage. Fun fact, did you know that Air Dragon is actually, I think, one of the highest DPS dragons? Doesn't it ramp up or something? Pretty sure it ramps up. But now, because RPG goes and prioritizes the dragon, BC is able to get a return break. And BC
and now
they
have
has
priority for setting up vision.
They've got an inroad to Baron here. I don't think starting Baron here would actually be like... Somebody please? Thank you. Starting Baron here would actually be the best thing, so you're right, Vision's just going to be their priority. Bottom wave is going to be pushing into BC. If they can spot somebody recalling, or if they notice them backing, then RPG's probably going to be able to do Baron here. They're just looking for a pick, thinking that somebody's going to be greedy. Maze is throwing out Qs to try and check if they're on Baron, but they're not actually on it. Wait, here comes Maze, the tankiest person, not going to take any damage at all, while Tussle is going to get knocked up, but he gets himself out before he's able to die. Oh, wow. They're actually able to get Aster Rare.
Hollis. His ult gets
triple
flashed.
taunt. Evi's trying to zone them out. Hook lands onto Evi. Now both teams are sort of backing off, but RPG actually have priority onto Baron here. Tussle's able to heal up from life stealing the jungle, while Evi's going to zone them from the north side, while Ramune does this from the south. It's going to be actually pretty risky here, especially since Maze is teleporting in. Good smite. Oriana fails to kill anybody. Maze is now just running away, but Evie might fall. Shield from Safeguard keeps him alive. Hook lands out again. Flashes out. Crit's coming from Zerost. Flashes in, but actually can't get anything. They're still chasing. They're under their tower now. Probably safe. Oh, wait. Wait, why is Evie here? Well, he's dead now.
Good all to dodge the knockback.
Yeah, but where is he gonna run to? BC's base? I'd like to point out that Hollis had 3 completed items and was not able to kill the half HP Karma.
Probably because he completely whiffed his ult.
Oh yeah. It doesn't matter what items you have. If you miss all your abilities, like the amount of damage you do doesn't even matter. So he can theoretically one-shot everyone, but actually, oh, that wasn't even an ult. It was just a simple combo, and he couldn't do it. That was such a scrappy fight. We can see Zero's trying to flash in and get Tussle, but it's not actually able to get him. Ivy sees that he can't actually follow his team down, so he tries to stay in the bush, but I think he actually, like, revealed himself at the tail end of
right
that.
around when RPG got to top lane, that's when Hollis's ult came back up.
Oh god, can we skip this? We can skip pauses, right? Hello, I'm the one on the right. You can have the one on the left. Actually, these... I'm cutting this out. This is racist. Alright, so now we're back. 2 seconds later. We can see RPG has Baron. They're going to be trying to utilize it effectively. They're having Evie push up bottom lane so that they can have 2 lanes being a threat instead of just 1. And with their dragons, they're going to be able to like bounce between waves effectively and still have good mana and HP. It's not as impactful as Double Ocean, but it helps. They've got blue buffs on both of their poke champions, which is cool. Looks like they're just going to be dancing back and forth from mid lane to top lane, because as soon as a wave is like completely cleared out, there's no reason to stay in that lane anymore. Unless you're like escorting the wave. Wait, did... Oh, I thought somebody flashed.
At this point, I feel like BC's gonna have to rely on their pick strength to force down, to stop RPG from forcing down their base.
They had to rely on their pick strength the entire game. They weren't actually able to like capitalize on it at all. The one time that like Astaroth was in the enemy jungle, he never actually found out Tussle. So it's either good on Tussle to like completely avoid him, or it's just like a misprioritization by Astaroth to like not focus him down at all, or like get vision or knowledge of him. Standard move by RPG to farm their jungle. So even though RPG doesn't seem like they're getting a whole lot from this push, they're actually sort of choking out BC of their own jungle. What you want to do is you push up the lanes and then you get vision of the enemy jungle. While you're inside the enemy jungle, you want to go and steal all their camps, so that if you're not strong enough to dive, and you're not strong enough to like beat them down, then you can just like get stronger till you beat them down. And then that's how you win games. Because like now you're getting gold, the enemy team's not getting gold, and now you also have like more vision and an inroad to them.
RPG right now has all the vision on BC's blue side. This dragon is actually
engaged by Evie, tries to go in onto Hollis, actually isn't able to get anything. The ultimates were blown. Karma's, but she doesn't count.
It's a 4-dragon Elder Drake if RPG get it.
Pretty important,
plus,
especially since that bottom tower is pretty low.
Plus with 2 mountain drakes on their side. That'll be enhanced. They could probably close out the game if they grab that.
Looks like they're just going to be dancing here. Going to be forcing up the wave so that BC is forced to react to the minion waves while they go and take Dragon. Going to be doing another Dragon dance here. It's a Pokemon. Am I thinking of Sword Dance?
Dragon's Rage?
No, Dragon Dance.
I don't know. I don't remember Momokimons.
What? Your Momokimons? Anyways.
Looks like RPG's just gonna force up bot then.
Yep. Double Mountain Dragon. They should be able to do this fairly easily. This is just pretty bad prioritization by RPG to not recognize that wave in the bottom lane could be escorted up. Engaged by Maze. Tries to CC someone. He gets Evie. He gets picked out. Missed ultimate.
Another whiffed ult by Hollis.
Can one-shot anybody. Guys,
If they hit.
Orianna can one-shot legit anybody on RPG. It doesn't matter what tank items you have. Just land your abilities. RPG should be able to safely do this dragon, though. Especially with Double Mountain Dragon. Like, I know that Dragon has the damage reduction, where the more dragons you have, the less damage you deal to it, but true damage can't be reduced, and you've got Double Mountain Dragon, so... Gonna be started up here. Smart trade. BC wants to go and look for a fight here. Maze goes in. Tries to zone them out, looking for a pick for RPG to be over greedy. Finally, a good ultimate. Actually gets flashed out completely, though. Triple taunt. Good by Maze. Tries to ult back onto Hollis.
He's done in this fight.
Task drops Orianna. Maze is about to drop next. Zaya is still alive. Varus is still alive. Legato is going to drop. Feathered Collar keeps him alive for... Oh, no, he's dead now. And that's 5 for 1. They should just be able to run it down a lane. The minion wave is right here, too. It should be so easy for them to get both inhibs. But the death timers are so long that they could just like get the one inhib then win. But it's probably going to be safer for them to take both. Well, it's double cannon minions, so they should be able to get this.
Yeah, this is why I'm not really a fan of pick comps in general.
That's racist.
Okay.
You're banned.
Feel like it relies too much on the enemy making a mistake.
No, it just requires you to be proactive. And BC's comp, like, they have proactive champions, but they don't have, like, they didn't make any proactive plays. The Legato on Thresh missed a lot of his early game hooks and was just completely a non-factor. In lane, he was nearly invisible. He didn't even roam up into the jungle to actually, like, have his presence matter or to have his pick presence matter. The only one time Astrair went into, or the only couple times that Astrair went into Lee Sin's jungle, he was forced out by Flash, and he couldn't try that again because he was already so close to dying because Lee was so strong. And the first time that he went in, he was only able to get a Krug camp, which was traded back to him at the north side, so it didn't even really matter that much. So I feel like the problem relied mostly on... Well, there are 3 problems.
Okay, and I know Galio is strong, but in that game, there was no one for him to follow up on.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though, and that's why I was like...
So he existed purely to peel, and it was really hard for him to...
He couldn't follow anybody up, and that's why I was trying to say that, like, Legato was a problem, like, not landing those picks. Astrair is a problem for not actually being, like, proactive, for not being proactive and not being a threat to, like, make those picks. Nobody was, like, properly making those picks. The Orianna ultimates were being completely whiffed, like, most of the time. Thresh was invisible. Elise was invisible, and so that means that I was like, oh, cool, I'm a follow-up tank that just doesn't have anything, so it doesn't actually matter.
Feels bad.
Alright. We'll set up the second game. I'm gonna get a drink though.